Okay, today's the day. Today's the day I'm finally gonna do it. I'm gonna get a haircut. All right. Okay, so just got the haircut. Danny's over here now. We are about to start the day. So Danny is currently filling in for my mum. He's shipping out some stuff right now. What are you currently shipping out, Danny?
Shipping out a Deviant Plus in magnesium white.
Very nice. Oh. Do we need more of these?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so Alan's not here, so I'm alright. Okay. So right in here are all of the Deviant Plus white colors and the Outlier Plus white colors. It basically has this like white coating around it. We're calling it magnesium white. There's actually no magnesium in this as far as I'm concerned. I'm actually not sure how it's done, but look at that. Oh my God, this is so sick. These are very delicate, so like make sure that if you're like a person who gets one of these, like make sure you take care of it. Ooh, don't think that one's a pass. All right, let's try this one. Oh, yeah, that's the stuff. So Danny just needs the one right about now. Okay, here you go, kind sir.
Thank you, sir.
No worries. Now, historically, I've been known to use blue yo-yos, and I think I still will for the foreseeable future, but I kind of went through this phase of using white yo-yos. This is really embarrassing, but I watched this TikTok and they said, your lucky color is white. And so I've kind of been going through a white phase. For whatever reason, you can't anodize white. It's always been a thing. The closest you can get is like a silver, like this. But at the end of the day, this is just a shade of gray. It's not white. The only way to get a white yo-yo is to go with this technique here, where it's kind of like, it's like a sandblasting. It's white. Like comparing, this is silver, this is white. Now this isn't anodization, this is a coating that is coated around the entire yo-yo, and it makes the yo-yo play pretty sick. I find that playing with the Deviant Plus in this colorway makes it a little heavier and a little more stable. I don't know if it's just me imagining things, but it does play different. You can definitely tell. Now, in terms of the coating on this yo-yo, it behaves like a yo-yo that is bead blasted, so it grinds really well. So there's all kind of pluses on this. Now, Offset is not the first yo-yo company to initiate this kind of white design, but we are one of the first, and because we are one of the first, we're running into some trouble that other yo-yo companies may not be aware of. So if you own a yo-yo company right now, listen up. All right, so this design is great, but it behaves like a yo-yo that's a little bit more bead blasted than just regular bead blasted. Now, if you coat the yo-yo entirely, what you will inevitably run into is that the edge of the yo-yo is also blasted. 9 out of 10 use cases, perfectly fine. You can just kind of play with it like a regular yo-yo and it'll behave really nicely. The issue arises when you do tricks like these, okay? These are horizontal style yo-yo tricks. Horizontal tricks are admittedly an advanced style of play, but if you want to play like this, you position the string in a very particular way. The string begins to slide against this sandblasting. And unlike a regular bead blasted yo-yo, which is slightly more forgiving, play it long enough and you run the risk of your string cutting on you, which is a little bit inconvenient. Now this is an issue that was actually really prevalent back in like the early days of yo-yoing when people were still figuring out how to make good yo-yos. There is a fix for this. Haha! These are a pair of my old Levi jeans. Here's the theory. People used to do this with the old vape yo-yos back in the day. And so what you do is you'd essentially get the yo-yo, get your jeans, and you kind of like sand down this like really gruffy edge. The jeans are gonna act like a very, very fine sandpaper, and that's what's essentially going to make this surface here nice and polished. There you have it. Now, yes, there is a little bit of blue on there, but we're gonna fix that up real quick. Get a little microfiber cloth, just a teensy little bit of water, the blue off of it. Haha! And then theoretically, that should significantly reduce the issues of string cutting while the yo-yo is playing horizontally. All right, so Danny's done shipping already. That was very, very efficient.
That's how we roll, baby.
Now, I know that entire process is tedious and suboptimal. It was the first time we'd ever done a finish like that, so we didn't really know what we were doing. I was really debating whether to sell those white Deviant Plus, but I've decided that it's not a major issue. We'll still put them out there. There'll be disclaimers on the site. So if you guys are just wondering how to fix the problem, just rub it on your jeans, wipe off the residue. It should be good, but keep an eye on it if you're playing horizontal. While these have, you know, semi-problematic, for the outliers, we fixed up this issue. These are the outlier pluses. Again, exact same finish, but if you look at the outliers, you'll see that we glossed the inner wall of the bearing seat. That basically eliminates the whole string cutting issue. So you can have this really nice white looking colorway that makes your yo-yo look like a badass magnesium yo-yo without any of the, you know, gene robbing that is associated with that. All right, so it's been a couple hours kind of editing with Eugene right now. All right, let's repair these string cutting deviants. My jeans are wearing out. Okay. Every single one of these has been personally sanded down. Anything else? This is not smooth enough. Honestly, I'm a little exhausted now. The rest of that's Alan's responsibility. But you know, he always does great. Now, I did my best to make sure that these don't cut string, but invariably some are going to slip through, and the nature of these yo-yos is that it can always cut string, so I would recommend either undergoing that process yourself again, just to make sure. Like maybe change your string like a little faster, and then over time, once you play it, there shouldn't be an issue. All right, okay. Again, I'm gonna make this real clear. Be careful with these when you're playing with them horizontally. Tried my best to get rid of most of it, but if I were you guys, I would also recommend going over through the exact same process to really ensure that your yo-yo is safe for play. I'm pretty much done with editing today. I think it's time for yo-yo practice. I'm currently using a B grade version of this white one. I've buffed the hub with my jeans. I'm kind of curious as to whether this will cut string. Goes to show that like even if you try to like buff it out with the jeans there, if you do stressful horizontal combos, it'll still start to fray. Yeah, again, be careful guys. Just gonna change the string and get back into it. You know, I've been thinking a lot about this idea of yo-yoing. In recent times, it feels like there is a right way and there is a wrong way to yo-yo. And I feel like when I was a kid, there was no right way, there was no wrong way, there was just enjoyable and unenjoyable. And in the quest to win and compete and to optimize and to create the tricks that score and achieve what you want to achieve, there's a level of, I don't know, you start to become very transactional with how you yo-yo. You start to think about, does this trick score? Is it even useful for me to be learning this trick? And in the quest to optimize everything, it strips the fun out of it. For the last couple of days, I've been trying to just let my own intuition guide what I think the trick should be like. I've given myself, I suppose, creative liberties to make new mounts and to play around with things that might not be perfectly optimized or perfectly efficient, but again, it's still a process. Anyway, that's it.